So you decide you want to get a skateboard, so you go to Google and type in skate shop, and you get like a bazillion results, which is great, but how do you know which online skate shop is the best one? Now, of course, shop local when you can. When you put money into your own skate shop, you're investing in your own skate community. It doesn't just benefit the skate shop, but it also helps the skate shop have a presence in your city, which then can introduce even more people to skateboarding. I'm saying all this because I'm about to do a deep dive on the exact opposite of shopping local, online skate shops. Now, of course, shopping local is great, but there are some circumstances where you just can't get to a skate shop. So your only real option is to buy one online. Now, there are dozens of online skate shops, and some are more well known than others. But just because a skate shop is well known, does that mean that it's the best? Well, that's exactly what we're gonna figure out today. But before we get started, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button down below, and maybe even consider subscribing for more skateboarding content like this in the future. So now, let's find the best online skate shop. I've got to lay down some ground rules before we get started because there are like 12 billion different online skate shops. This video would be like, I don't know, 3 hours long if I did an in-depth breakdown of every single online skate shop. And to be honest, I don't want to put up a 3-hour long video about me looking at online skate shops. It would get pretty boring after the first hour. Half hour. 25 minutes. So here are the rules I decided on for this process. Rule 1 is I'll only be looking at skate shops that ship from the United States. That being because I've never ordered anything outside of the United States, so it wouldn't be really fair to judge them. Rule 2, I'll only be looking at the most popular skate shops. Basically, if it shows up on the first page of the Google search results, I'll take a look at it. And the reason I'm doing that is to keep the list a little shorter. Maybe in the future I'll do a deep dive on some smaller online skate shops, but for now we're just looking at the big ones. Rule 3, I will be taking my past experience with these skate shops into consideration, however that will not affect their scores. Now, to be completely honest, I haven't really had a lot of bad experiences with skate shops, but I've had plenty of good ones, so I'll talk about those. Rule 4, if they sell good quality skateboards, I'm considering it a skate shop. Now, a few of these shops do focus more heavily on clothing, but I'm still gonna just consider it a skate shop. With those 4 rules in mind, here are the 5 skate shops we will be looking at and reviewing today. Zumiez, CCS, Tactics, Skate Warehouse, and Warehouse Skateboards. Also, I have to say this just because it's the internet, none of these stores are paying me or anything in any way, shape, or form. These are just observations from a consumer standpoint. In order to find the best online skate shop, I'll be giving them a score in these 3 categories. Then we'll add all those scores up to get an overall score. Each category will be worth 10 points for a total of 30 points. So here are the 3 categories. Price. According to Google, most skateboards run from about $70 to $150. So if we take an average of that, we get $110. We'll be looking at this $110 mark to see if skate shops are above that price point or below for their skateboard completes. Selection. This will be how many brands they have available on their site. Do they carry a variety of different skateboard companies and a variety of products from those skateboard companies? Bonus offers and deals. This can be anything from getting a free gift when you buy a skateboard to getting free shipping when you hit a certain price point. We'll also take a look to see if they have a sale and clearance page for skateboards. And like I said earlier, after we look at those 3 categories, I will give you my past experience with those shops, but keep in mind that that is not affecting the score at all. Now, with that all being said, let's head over to the virtual shopping zone. Okay, so this is the virtual shopping zone. I already did the research, folks. This is a scripted program, you know. So with that anticlimactic transition, let's hop into our first online shop, Zumiez. So when going through this process, I did look at 2 different complete boards on almost every single site, and these were the Enjoy White Panda board and the Baker Red complete board. And the reason I looked at these 2 is because they are fairly common boards that you can find on almost any online skate shop. But please keep in mind that if an online shop does not carry one of these boards, I'm not like docking points or anything. This is mainly a tool to use for comparison. That being said, when I looked up the Enjoy White Panda Complete board, it was coming in at about $110. Now, like I said at the beginning of this video, we did determine that $110 was our average for a complete skateboard. So that being said, Zumiez is right on target. They're not going above average and they're not going below average. They're right on it. And also, if we look at the Baker Complete board, it is also coming in at $110. In fact, most of Zumiez complete skateboards are actually clocking in at about $110, which is that exact average price point we talked about. Now, there are some boards that are going for $90 and there are some that are going for $100, but I would say most of them are about $110. And so, since they do have some boards that are below the average price, I'm gonna give Zumiez price rating a 6 out of 10. Zumiez is definitely one of those shops that's looking more at the skater look rather than being an actual skate shop. However, they actually still do have a pretty good selection of skateboards. The one thing that worries me about Zumiez skateboard selection is that they do carry some cheaper brand skateboards on their website. The problem with that is that if you are a first-time skateboarder, you may buy a new skateboard on the cheaper end, and that's only gonna set you up for failure. So as long as you know what you're looking for, I would say their selection is actually pretty good, so I'm gonna give Zumiez selection a 7 out of 10 rating. So now let's take a look at some of Zumiez bonus offers and deals. Most of the time, Zumiez does offer free shipping when you hit a certain price point, but I'll be completely honest, it seems to change all the time. I've seen it before where it's like $40 gets you free shipping, but other times I've seen it where it isn't till like $80 till you get free shipping. They do have a sales section on their website, but most of it is clothing and snowboards for some reason. I'm giving all the skateboard websites that we're looking at today the benefit of the doubt, mainly because it's technically not skateboard season yet, so there's not a lot of extra skateboards they probably have in their warehouse that are just taking up space. Zumiez does have sales pretty often, but most of the time it does look like it's more on their clothing side of things, but every once in a while you can catch something skateboard related on sale. At the time of this recording, they were actually doing 25% off helmet and pads when you buy a new skateboard, and that's not a bad deal if you're looking to pick those up with your new skateboard. So with all that in mind, I'm giving Zumiez offers and bonus deals a 6 out of 10. As far as past experiences go, I've only ordered from Zumiez a few times, and most of those times it has been clothing related. Their shipping is fairly quick, and I've never had any issues with my orders. I've been skateboarding for over 20 years and I've never ordered a skateboard off Zumiez, and to be honest, it's just because most of the time when I'm looking for something skateboard related, I can find it cheaper on other websites. They're not usually overpriced, but they are more expensive than other skate shops. So overall, out of 30 points, Zumiez gets a 19 out of 30. The next skate shop that we're taking a look at is CCS. So to compare prices, let's look at the Enjoy White Panda board and the Baker Red board. So when I wrote this script, both of those boards are actually at $121, but at the time of this recording, they've actually dropped down a little bit to about $115. So I guess they just randomly changed the prices. It doesn't say it's on sale or anything, it just changed. But I mean, whatever. We're moving on, let's look at the other completes then. Most of the completes on their website are $100 plus. There are a few that are less than $100, but those are their shop decks, meaning they have the CCS logo on it and that's it. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, especially if you are working with a budget. You can get a shop deck and save a few extra dollars. However, if you don't want to get a shop deck, their prices are, not really overpriced, but just kind of a little bit above average. So for those reasons, I'm giving CCS a price rating of 5 out of 10. Now CCS actually does carry a wide selection of brands on their site. They have all the big brands you know and love, as well as a few lesser known brands. I would say it's about the same amount of brands that Zumiez carries, maybe a few different lesser known brands, but overall it's a great selection. The only reason I'm taking points off is because some of the lesser known brands only have a deck or two available. So for those reasons, I'm giving CCS's selection a 7 out of 10. Now CCS does offer free shipping when you spend $60 or more on their site, which is actually a pretty good deal because if you buy pretty much any skateboard, you're gonna hit that $60 mark. CCS actually does offer their own special membership called CCS Plus, and it's about $20 a year. That gets you free shipping on everything, free 2-day shipping when you spend $60 or more, and exclusive sales. And that's actually a pretty good membership deal, especially if you live somewhere where a skate shop is not easily accessible. Other than that, they do also have a sales page, but just like Zumiez, right now there is no skateboards present, just a lot of clothing and other stuff. Again, I think that's just because spring is just starting, so they don't really have a lot of extra inventory in their warehouse. All those things considered, I'm giving CCS a 7 out of 10 rating for their bonus offers and deals. Just like Zumiez, I've only ordered from CCS a few times, and it's for the exact same reasons that I haven't shopped at Zumiez that often. Because even though they do offer a wide selection of products, a lot of the times I can find them cheaper somewhere else. I do think ordering from CCS is a better option than ordering from Zumiez, only because I feel like CCS actually focuses more on actual skateboarding, while Zumiez is going for that pure aesthetic. So with all the points combined, I'm giving CCS a 19 out of 30. So now we're going to tactics.com. Let's start off with our 2-board comparison. The Enjoy Complete comes in at about $85. However, there is no sign of the Baker Complete. They do carry just the deck of the Baker Complete that we've looked at other websites, but not sold as a complete. Again, I'm not taking any points off for this, it's mainly just for comparison. Now, $85 for that Enjoy Complete is definitely the cheapest we've seen so far, and in fact, most of the completes on their website are under $100. So, all those things considered, I'm giving Tactics price rating an 8 out of 10. Just like Zumiez and CCS, Tactics does carry a wide selection of skateboard brands, including some lesser known ones. In fact, most of the skateboard companies that I could think of have some sort of presence on this website. I would say so far, from the other sites we've looked at, Tactics definitely has the most extensive list of skateboard brands. So if there is a specific skateboard brand you're looking for, it may be good to start here first. So with that being said, I'm giving Tactics a selection rating of 9 out of 10. So I do order from Tactics frequently, so I do know that they have a wide range of sales. And I have seen the sales be for skateboard parts, like saving money on trucks or wheels, but I've also seen it on clothing too. However, currently there is no skateboards available. For the third time now, I'm pretty sure this is just a seasonal thing. So with all those things considered, I'm giving Tactics bonus offers and deals a 7 out of 10. I try to be very unbiased with Tactics because I actually do order from them the most, and if you've watched my previous videos, you know that I've recommended them countless times. But the reason I order from them the most is because I can usually find the best deals on their site. I would say that I'm a pretty good online shopper and I'm usually really good at finding deals, and most of those just end up being on Tactics' website. So overall, Tactics gets a total of 24 out of 30 points. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at Skate Warehouse, not to be confused with Warehouse Skateboards. Terrible name choices by both of them. Both the Baker Complete and the Enjoy Complete are not available on their website, but again, not a huge deal, just using it as a comparison. However, after looking at all their completes, a majority of their skateboards sell for about $70 and can go up to $100, which is actually a really great range on complete skateboards. In fact, most of the things on Skate Warehouse's website are fairly priced. Not gonna lie, I don't shop at Skate Warehouse that often, so seeing these prices, I was actually kind of shocked. So for those reasons, I'm giving Skate Warehouse's price a rating of 9 out of 10. Overall, I would say that Skate Warehouse's selection is great. For the research part of this video, I was using Thank You Skateboards as my brand that's a little bit lesser known that I was checking in all these websites. And Skate Warehouse has by far the most thank you boards, more than Zumiez, CCS, and Tactics had combined. Just like for Tactics, most skateboard companies that I could think of had at least some kind of presence on this website. But here's where I'm kind of torn. For the brand Baker, they have like a dozen different skateboard designs. But for Element, they have like 3. So this one's kind of a hard one to judge because for some of the lesser known brands, they have a lot of skateboards. But then some of the more popular brands, they don't have a lot. So with those things in mind, I give Skate Warehouse a 7 out of 10 for selection. So now let's take a look at their bonus offers and deals. Right off the bat, I noticed that they do offer free shipping on orders more than $60. And again, that's a great deal because no matter what kind of skateboard you order from their website, you most likely are gonna hit that $60 mark. They also offer $5 2-day shipping when you spend $75 or more, and I think that's a great deal, especially if you get your board stolen or you lose it or something happens to it and you want to get a new one quick. You can spend $5 extra and get it in 2 days. So now let's look at their clearance and sales section, and this was actually the first website I looked at that actually had skateboards in their sales section. And even though there's only a few listed in the sales section, I did notice when scrolling through their completes that they just have a lot of random skateboards on sale too. So overall, I'm gonna give their bonus offers and deals an 8 out of 10. I've only used Skate Warehouse a couple of times, but after doing a more in-depth look on their website, I think I'm gonna check out their website more often. They seem to offer a wide range of products for a great price. And that's coming from me, the certified tactics simp. So total, Skate Warehouse gets a 24 out of 30 points. So we've arrived at the final skate shop that we're gonna look at today, Warehouse Skateboards. Honestly, I should take off some points from Warehouse Skateboards or Skate Warehouse because their names are too similar. But I didn't choose a name category for the rating system, so I'm not gonna bother. But one of you should just change your name because it's confusing as heck. Anyway, enough about the shop name. Let's actually look at some skateboards. I couldn't find the Enjoy Complete or the Baker Complete on their website, so sorry, you're just gonna have to live without a comparison. However, the completes that they have that are available do land in that range of about $70 to $100, so again, not bad at all. In fact, most of their completes are very similarly priced to Skate Warehouse, so I'm gonna give them a 9 out of 10 for price. Now, even though Warehouse Skateboards does have a very good price range, it is definitely the most limited selection we've looked at today. They carry a lot of the bigger skateboard brands on their site, but the products they have from those brands are pretty limited. For example, the Baker selection on their site is about one board in a bunch of different sizes. Now, even though they do carry a lot of well-known skateboard brands, there were a few that I noticed were missing right away, and those include Almost Skateboards, Alien Workshop, and Santa Cruz. Well, actually, they do have Santa Cruz skateboards, but most of them were cruiser boards, which brings me to my next point. I noticed that this website has a ton of cruiser boards and penny boards available, which is great if that's something you're looking for, but as a skateboarder, it's just not something I look at too often. This is definitely the weakest selection we've seen from the skate shops we've looked at today, so I'm giving Warehouse Skateboards a 3 out of 10. As far as bonus offers and deals go, they do have a sale page with some skateboard completes on that page. They do also offer free shipping with orders of $90 or more. And I think that's a pretty high price point to hit, especially when most of the skateboards on their website are between $70 and $100. You could order a complete off their website and still have to pay shipping, which is different than every other skate shop we've looked at today. So with those things in mind, I'm giving Warehouse Skateboards a 4 out of 10 for bonus offers and deals. I think I've actually only ordered from Warehouse Skateboards one time, and it was because some hoodie I wanted or something was on sale on their site. Honestly, my problem though is that Skate Warehouse and Warehouse Skateboards have two similar names, and I honestly don't look at either of them because it's just too confusing. So if either of those skate shops are watching, one of you should change your name because it would make everything better for me. So adding all those points up, Warehouse Skateboards gets a 16 out of 30. So that was a lot of research, and probably a lot of rambling. So let's look at those skate shops scores one more time. Zumiez received a total score of 19 out of 30 points. CCS also received a total score of 19 out of 30 points. Tactics got a 24 out of 30 points. Skate Warehouse also got a 24 out of 30 points. And finally, Warehouse Skateboards got a 16 out of 30. So we ended up with a tie from Tactics and Skate Warehouse. And I didn't set up like a tiebreaker category, so this is pretty anticlimactic, huh? Okay, well let's look at what we learned though. Well, we learned that all skate shops have highs and lows, and no skate shop got a perfect score. And that's kind of the point I was trying to make with this whole video. We also learned that Skate Warehouse and Warehouse Skateboards have too similar of names. And that's bad. Basically, it all comes down to what you're looking for. For example, I use Tactics a lot just because of how great their sales are and their shipping's pretty quick, but after making this video, I'm gonna have to check out Skate Warehouse more often. But I'm curious, which skate shop do you use the most often? Let me know in the comments down below. Finally, I just want to end this video with saying, these are all my opinions. If you like a skate shop more than I do, then we can still be friends. The most important thing is that you are buying a skateboard from a real skate shop and not getting one from like Amazon, Walmart, or Target. And to be honest, if you are looking for a new skateboard, the best practice is to just look at all these sites. Mainly because they all have different sales going on, they all have different prices on boards, and it really can just be different from day to day. I'm sure if I made this video at a different time, one of these other skate shops would have gotten more points. Okay, that's all. I'm exhausted. I've been recording for like 3-4 hours, something like that. I'm tired. Which brings me to my final point. Please like this video and consider subscribing. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So I'm gonna go take a fat nap, and as always, have fun, good luck, and keep shredding the gnar.